Hi, today I'm going to discuss about Module 6. Module 6 has mainly topics about intrusion techniques, intrusion detection. Intrusion detection has mainly two types, statistical anomaly detection and rule-based intrusion detection, and the distributed intrusion detection, honeyspot intrusion detection, exchange format, and password management. So first of all, we have to discuss about intruders. An intruder means an attacker or a hacker. Mm, Attacker or a hacker. An introducer is a person who attempts to gain unauthorized access to a system or to damage the system or to disrupt the data on that system. An introducer attacker is an attacker used to attack the authorized information of the system. So they are known as attacker or intruder. So here also the introducer has to gain unauthorized access to the system and to damage the system or destroy the data on that system. They attempts to violate security by interfering with the system availability, data integrity, or data confidentiality. They attempts to violate the security by interfering with the system with its availability, data integrity, and data confidentiality. There are mainly three classes of intruders. First one, masquerader, that means known as outsider, and next one, misfeaser is a insider, and last one is the clandestine user, that is both the insider and outsider. What it indicates, masquerader means an outsider, an individual who is not authorized to use the computer and who penetrates a system access controls to exploit legitimate users' account. If an authorized system have an authorized users, so anyone from outside can yeah, and anyone from the outsider can use it to collect the data. The authorized data from the system or from the computer is known as the outsider. The outsider is not in the system. The system is authorized system and have any authorized users. So if a person from outsider means a person is not in the system or not authorized, have to take the data from the authorized system is known as a masquerader or outsider. Next one is the misfeaser. It's an insider. It means a legitimate user who access data, programs, or resources for which such access is not authorized or who is authorized for such but misuse privileges. This means if an authorized system have authorized users, the insider is also an authorized user, but he has some limits. Authorized users have some authorized data handling capacity. So if he exceeds some limits, that known as the insider attack. So he enters into the other informations of or without the permission of the system. That's known as the insider attack or insider misfeasor. Next one is the clandestine user, that is both the inside and outsider. An individual who seizes supervisory control of the system and uses this control to evade auditing and access controls or to suppress the audit evaluation. That means is an supervisory control of the system. He just used to the user just used to evade the audit or suppress the collected data. That means this known as damaging the data. So this type of attack is known as clandestine users, and these are the three main types of intruders. First one of the outsider, insider, and both the outsider and insider, also known as masquerader, misfeaser, and clandestine user. And the next one is the security problem. What are the security problem can be then run by the introducers. First one is the unwanted trespass, that by mainly due to by user or by software. By user is an unauthorized login. We already said about that. They have unauthorized orders that are known as attackers or hackers, and authorized user, but here he exceeds the limits of the authorization, that's known as authorized user, but unauthorized actions. Next one by software like attacks is known as virus or Trojan horse. Next one, intruders are mainly known as hackers, criminals, inside attacks. Hackers means they hack into the computer for thrill or their status. That depends upon the personality or mentality, depending upon the hackers. Some of them have interest in hacking like that. That may or may not be manual. That means they are not dangerous. Maybe dangerous or may not. This can be detected by using intrusion. The main technique for detecting the intrusion is known as the intrusion detection systems (IDS) and intrusion prevention systems. Next one is the criminals. Criminals means that is an organized group of hackers. What is meant by authorized group of hackers? That means that they have already trained for collecting the authorized information of a system, and that's known as criminals. They have common targets like root access, credit card files at e-commerce site like that. This cannot be detected by using these two systems. The intrusion detection systems and intrusion prevention systems are less effective for this. Next one is the inside attacks. Most difficult to detect and prevent. That is the inside attack, because IDS and IBS may be useful to some extent. They can be motivated by revenge or failing of entitlement. Like that, the user may be because of the revenge or like that. We already said that both inside and outside attack is considering this type of inside attacks, that the authorized person is tend to exceed his limits. That's known as inside attacks. That's about three types of intruders. Next one, intrusion techniques. The first section is introducers and three types of intruders, and like that. Next one is the intrusion techniques. What is the intrusion techniques? Depending upon system vulnerabilities or software vulnerabilities, the intruders can be intrude the system, or the attackers can attack the system. So they can acquire secure information. Therefore, the system must maintain a file that associates a password with each authorized user. So the system can be maintained with a password. Password means a password or password files. First one, intrusion techniques, passwords. Password file is protected in two ways. We have two vulnerabilities, system vulnerabilities and software vulnerabilities. Means in intrusion techniques, intrusion techniques. The intrusions happens because of the system vulnerabilities and software vulnerabilities. So we acquire a secure information. System maintain a file that associate a password with each authorized user. Acquire secure information. System maintain a file that associate a password with each authorized user. Means we have security obtained by using passwords or password file. The intrusion techniques with the passwords. The password file is protected in two ways. First one is the one-way function and access control. One-way function means the system stores only the value of a function based on the user's password. We just enter a password. So relating this password, the system saves a number. Then we just enter this password. They compare this password with the value. They are correct. Then the site is open. Otherwise, password is incorrect like that. Next one is the access control. Access control is access is limited to one or very few accounts. In case of a network or a system, we assign a certain number of users. We allocate certain number of users to use the system or access the system. So the access is limited to one or very few accounts. Other than the users without access control have the problem of accessing the system. Next one is the password cracking. Password cracking means they try default passwords. Password cracking means the attackers use it to crack the passwords by using their setting default passwords, and they type all short words like 1 to 3 characters long. Try all the words in electronic dictionary. Collect information about the users. They just collect their information about users' hobbies, family names, birthday, etc. And they type users' phone number, social security number, and street address like that. Then they try all license plate numbers and uses a Trojan horse, tap the line between a remote user and the host system. Here we are discussing about the step 1 to 6 are the various guessing of the attackers relating to users, hobbies, families, and the numbers, phone numbers like that. And the step 7 and 8 are difficult to 7 means user process that's difficult to count. And tab the line with your remote user and the host system is about security, the physical security. Next one, stages of network intrusion. In stages of network intrusion, we scan the network. In case we are already said about the system's security. In case of network intrusion, we have to need the IP address. Locate which IP address are in use, what operating systems are in use, and what TCP transfer control protocol UDP ports are open. Like that, that are the information needed for in case of a network. In systems, we have the passwords, password cracking, and in networks, we need IP address and which operating systems are used like that. Next topic is the intrusion detection. Intrusion detection means that is concerned with the learning of an attack either before or after its success. If an attack is attacked on a system, the detection concerned with the learning of attack either before the attack happens or after its success. That's known as detection. An intrusion detection system is a device or software application that monitors a network for malicious activity or policy violations. Any malicious activity or violation is typically reported or collected centrally using a security information and event management system. A intrusion detection system is continuously monitors the system with the periodically monitors with the certain parameters or like that, and they take the malicious activity or any violation from their current activity. The activities are already in intrusion techniques are mainly two types: statical and rule based. Then other these two we have a distributed anomaly detection. But in case of intrusion detection system, we are using the intruder can be identified and ejected from the system. An effective intrusion detection can prevent intrusions. Intruder can be identified in intrusion detection system. A intruder can be identified and ejected from the system. An effective intrusion detection can prevent intrusions. Intrusion detection enables the collection of information about intrusion techniques that can be used to strengthen the intrusion prevention facility. Intrusion detection enables the collection of information about intrusion techniques that can be used to strengthen the intrusion prevention facility. Then this is the profile behavior of intruders and authorized users. First graph shows the profile of intruder behavior, and second one is the authorized behavior. Means the intruder can guess the user's work or user's accessibility. So by guessing, they can draw a graph like that. So by overlapping the overlapping observed or expected behavior from this overlap, their attackers can get the knowledge of the system's accessibility or system's work. The two types are statistical anomaly detection and rule-based detection. In statistical anomaly detection means statistical anomaly detection, they attempt to define normal or expected behavior, collect data related to the behavior over a period of time. Statistical tests are applied. In statistical anomaly detection, here we made a statistical test. Statistical tests are applied. We collected data related to the behavior over a period of time. Certain period of time, we take the parameters like frequency or mean and standard deviation over a period of time. Over a period of time, we take a mean of first period we take a mean, and the second period we take another mean, and the total we just take the statistical analysis by using certain number of periods. That's known as collected data related to the behavior of a period of time. Then statistical tests are applied. Mainly two broad categories: threshold detection and profile based. In threshold detection, they define a threshold independent of the user for the frequency of occurrence of various events. Threshold detection, we can define a threshold. Above the threshold, the attackers can attack the system, or below the threshold, the system is secure. Like that, we just define a threshold. Depending upon the threshold, we have to determine the attackers or hackers or intruders. Next one is the profile based. Profile based means the profile of the activity of user or group is developed and then used to detect the changes in behavior may consist of set of parameters. That means analysis of audit records is foundation. Effective against masquerades may not deal with the misfaces, tactical tester. They only deal with the outsider attacks, not deal with the inside attacks and statical tester done. Here we have profile of the activity of user group is developed and then used to detect the changes in behavior may consist of. We already define a set of parameters. Then set of parameters we just compare with the currently happening parameters. Then we can say that when we gave then we done a certain test that is not a statistical test depending upon the mean and standard deviation. Markov process. Markov process is a summation process, operational process, multivariate process, and time series of a certain number of people. We take the mean and standard deviation for a period 1, period 2. Then the statistical analysis of this test we get the attackers or the knowledge of the intrusion. That's known as a statistical anomaly detection. And next one is the then the measures used. What are the measures used? We already said that the parameters the test that conducting with the mean and standard deviation, Markov process, operational, multivariate time series like that. So the measures, what are the measures? In some cases, we are measuring the frequency, time, either here is the login frequency by day and time, frequency of login at different locations, time since last login, password failure set login, execution frequency, execution delays, read, write, create, delete frequency, failure count for read, write, create, and delete. These are the measures used to check the intruders. Next one is the rule-based intrusion detection. In case of rule-based intrusion detection, they define a set of rules to decide about the behavior of two broad categories. First one is the anomaly detection. Then penetration identification. In anomaly detection, historical audit records are analyzed to generate rules to describe patterns. Rules may represent past behavior patterns of users, privileges, programs, time slots, or terminals. Current behavior is observed and matched with the set of rules. Penetration identification. What's mean by audit records? Audit records means it's a fundamental tool. Audit records means the fundamental tool for detecting the attackers. There are mainly two types of records: and active audit records. It contains useful information and non-useful information. According to software that collects information on user activity, the advantage is that no additional collection software is required. Disadvantage is that it may not contain either information or may not contain either information in convenient format. So the other audit record is the dictation specific audit records. Here we have specific audit records. What are the need of the users that depend upon this we can make the audit records. A collection facility to generate audit records containing required information used by intrusion detection system. Advantages can be made vendor independent and portable. This one is extra overhead. Here we have in detection specific audit records have only the useful information. In case of active audit records, it has contains both useful and non-useful information. So we move to rule-based intrusion detection. In case of rule-based intrusion detection, it defines a set of rules to decide about the behavior, mainly two broad categories: anomaly detection and penetration identification. Anomaly detection, historical audit records are analyzed to generate rules to display patterns. Historical audit records means that the past audit records have certain patterns. So these patterns are already recorded in our systems, and they analyze these patterns with the current occurring patterns. If there is any variation, then the attack is detected. Otherwise, there is a no attack. less than. The rules may represent the past behavioral patterns of users, privileges, programs, time slots, terminals, and the current behavior is observed and compared with the past stored behavior of the patterns. Then that past stored behavior is known as rules. Next one is the penetration identification. In penetration identification, a set of rules for identifying non-penetrations or penetrations that would exploit non-weaknesses. Here, rules can be defined to identify suspicious behavior. It has some certain behaviors, some specific behaviors that can be used for penetration identification. The rules are defined to identify the suspicious behavior, analyze attack tools, and script to generate. These are the two main intrusion detection. First one is the tactical anomaly detection and rule-based anomaly detection.